You know, if I just had me a nice comfortable chair, oh, that would be so nice. My animals are so abused. Poor things. Poor animals. This one right here. Every time I get up, it gets on my cushion and I have to make it move. Hey, I was sitting there first. Hey, hey, hey cat. I was sitting there first. I was sitting there first. It's my seat. Timber. You and Minty. Y'all look so abused. Y'all look so horrible. Gosh, poor you guys. Aurora, I feel sorry for you right now. I feel so sorry for you. Rainy morning in the cabin. Chilling, watching TV. Got the propane on in there. Sitting out on the porch, checking out the view. And my new generator shed. Look at that view. When it stops raining, maybe I can work on this thing again. Good morning, brother.
Good morning.
How'd you sleep?
I think that Suburban acted like a cold magnet.
Oh, man.
I mean, I slept all right. It just, even with two big blankets, froze my ass off.
Oh, shit. Well, come in and warm up. I got the heat on.
That's cool.
Joshua stayed tonight. We hung out last night by the fire all night in the rain.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I didn't even start a fire this morning. It just woke up raining, so I came to the cabin. I've been hanging out for like a couple hours.
Yeah, I finally was able to fall asleep.
Nice and cozy. We in here watching some Mav.
The handle with my knee. That was almost really bad. Glad you weren't near me.
Me and Joshua ain't playing around this morning.
No.
Ain't playing.
Gotta make up for lost time.
It's raining his ass off, so we couldn't cook anything together. So we went out for Mexican last night.
Yeah, that was
And
great.
then now we're doing us some lunch.
Yep.
Kind of more like brunch, I guess.
Yeah, kind of
It's
brunch.
11. But oh
Good
yeah.
food. Heck yeah.
Good company and good food.
Heck yeah.
That's about how that thing's sounding up here this morning by the shelters up here. Garage, my shelter. A lot of vibration in the floor. So I'm planning on taking care of that today for sure. It's just vibrating the floor, kind of echoing off the wood. So I got something I think is gonna take care of that. And then here's kind of the sound up here. And you're sitting on the porch. A lot of vibration in the floor. It's a very solid floor, but I got something to dampen that down some. So hopefully after today, when I'm sitting up here on the porch, drinking me some coffee and charging some batteries, hopefully we're gonna have that a tad bit quieter. I'm kind of getting a before we work on it today. I'm trying to get a recording of the sound before we work on this thing. So my buddy Joshua came, spent a couple days, hung out. It was really nice. Unfortunately, it was raining the whole time. He really wanted to go to a butcher and get like a couple big old fat steaks and cook them over the fire, but it was just raining, so we didn't record much, or we just hung out and talked and enjoyed hanging out and talking about life. So that was really nice for me. First time I've had company in quite a long while, so that was very nice to have some company, have my buddy come hang out. Hopefully next time he comes, the weather won't be so bad and we can do a cool video of cooking some steaks and fire and all kinds of stuff. Today, I am planning on getting back to working on this generator shed. All right, let me get some food. So here's my dog food box here, or both. Kind of getting a little low. It's like feeding 2 horses. I just bought this bag of dog food like, I don't know, not too long ago. But this is what I do here. The cats actually enjoy some of the dog food too. I'll show you why in a minute. But I have a lot of people telling me that my animals are hungry and I need to feed them. There you go, cat. Got you some food. That's where I always have cat food up there, so the cats can get up there and the dogs can't eat it. Then I have water down here, and then I usually have some cat food in here where the cats and the dogs kind of snack on that one. Timber! Roar! Where the heck did they go? Most of the day they just run around. They're out in the woods chasing stuff, and they're pretty happy, free dogs around here. All right. So every morning, every single morning, they get a pot of food like this, and then I take one of these, and then I put it right there on top of their food. I have my designated stick over here. Let me put my gloves on. I usually wear my gloves while I'm prepping their concoction. So we put them a can of food in here every single morning. While I'm drinking my coffee and usually listening to something, some video or something. Timber! Rah-rah! And I actually warm it up for them, so it's not all super cold when they eat it in the morning. Nobody likes cold, freezing food in the morning. And this is my designated food stirring stick. Warm it up a little. They actually already ate a little bit this morning. Some they had a little left over from last night, and they were eating it this morning, and then they go on their adventure. Let's go see if they can catch a deer or something. Timber! And I yell for them all the time, wondering where the heck they're at, making sure they're not up at my neighbors. But usually they're right here under me. They're ready for some food. I don't get it super hot. I just warm it up. Just warm it up a little. And that's a lot of food for both of them, really. They'll usually not even eat all of it and have a little bit left a little later, because this is quite a bit. I just feed them in the same pot. And the cat sit here and wait for some food too. I don't really spoil the cats like that with canned food. They usually have dry food, but as you'll see, they'll eat some of the food I fix for the dogs too. Ugh. So there you go. Dogs better hurry up. Little cat's gonna eat it all. Well, I was trying to show them eating their warm food, but I've been calling them for freaking 20 minutes or 30 minutes, something like that. They finally came back. They know better than to be like leaving the property, going somewhere. So now you got your cold food in the penitentiary. So there's their cold food now that was nicely warmed up for them. You guys are going to be in here for a long time today. That's their discipline. Little penitentiary. Bad dogs, you stay home. That's another thing about my animals. I don't want to chain them up, have them on chains all the time. And I like to give them their freedom. But then when they take their freedom too far, they go in the penitentiary for... I yell at them. Sometimes I spank their butts. And they go in the pen for quite a while. They aggravated me. I'm trying to get a dang video clip of them enjoying their warm food. I just warmed them up. And they're out roaming. I don't even know how far they went, because I've been yelling for them for like 20 minutes. And they finally just came back. So that's their discipline in the pen. All right, so I bought this super heavy, thick horse mat, they call it. And I have to trim it. Let me see. How long is this thing? I needed about 58. Get that off there. Let's go. So I'm gonna cut it about right there. And this is such a thick mat. I think it would take me forever to cut it with a razor. So I'm hoping I can cut this thing with the circular saw. Cut this about 58 in half. Can't even really see that line. Yeah, kind of see it. I'm really hoping the circular saw will cut through this thing. Make my life a little easier. And I tell you, it took 2 people to put this in the truck. Me and the lady that worked there, we both picked up a side and slid it in here. This thing's like heavier than a sheet of plywood, I think. Very thick and heavy, so I think this is really going to dampen some sound. Let's see if we can get us a blue line on this thing and still be able to see it. It's all wet. I'm going to see if I can chalk me a line so I can see where I'm cutting. If I can't cut it with the circular saw, don't cut it, then I guess I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do to cut it, but I need that cut off there, just like that. So we're gonna try the circular saw and see if it'll do the trick. I think this is really gonna dampen some sound. And then I'm going to try to mill some board to see if we can get 2 walls on it at least to dampen more sound. This is so heavy and expensive. This was $50. So I'm not going to spend $100 on more insulation. I did want a nice thick one for the bottom though, for it to sit on to dampen that sound and the vibration. I'm going to have to go with something else to insulate the 2 walls. But that's my plan today, at least get that done. Put this in there, try to get 2 walls up, maybe doors later. if I decide to do that. I'm gonna see what happens just with the two walls and this. Let's see if this is even possible. I hope it works, because I don't know how else I would cut it. Oh yeah, that's working. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's pretty clean too. Oh yeah, that's clean. Now we gotta get this heavy thing down there. Oh yeah, lots of black rubber dust. All right. Oh, I guess I gotta fold it like this and try to carry it. Oh yeah, that's good. Carry it like that. Oh yeah. Let's get it in. I'm trying to get, I milled this board here. It's not fat 1 inch like I use on the floor. These are what? 5/8. I think a 1/2 inch is 4/8, right? So I think I made these 5/8, just a 1/8 more than a half. And I need 4-footers, so I'm gonna try to get 4-footers out of this one. And then we'll take those and see how far it goes. And then see how many more boards we need. We're gonna give ourselves a straight line here to work off of. Get us some straight cuts. Go about like that. And these boards, I'm planning on leaving them live edge. I think these boards are gonna be straight up and down. Instead of doing the cross siding, I'm just gonna put these straight up and down and double up some parts of it, so I can just leave it live edge, and these will just be some heavy duty full boards. Let me see, this thing is 16 and 4 inches. So I'm gonna try to do 4-foot 1-inch boards. Just to make sure we get that extra inch, because the 4 is pretty perfect for what I need. So we're gonna go 4-foot 1 inch. This marker is not working very well on this wet wood, but we can see it. Board number 1. Number 2. see how far these things go. One thing we want to do is support this roof for one. We want to add some more support under here because really we only have like 2, 4, 6, 8 nails and 4 screws really holding this up. So we're going to add these braces on the side, which are not only going to support the roof more, but it's also going to be where I can attach my boards to it also. So it's kind of a dual purpose board here for a lot of support, a lot of sturdiness. So we got to attach this up here. And another thing I got to keep in mind is I want my boards covering all the way out, passing this to cover it all up. That way when I come back and I add walls or doors, the sides of that wall will still be covered all the way and it won't be sticking out. So I want my wall covering this whole corner and the whole front corner. Oh. There we go. I think to even add some more sturdiness, I think I'm gonna put another one right in the middle here, so because I want my boards up and down, I believe, so that'll give it 3 points of connection, anti-vibration. So we're gonna add this bad boy, live edge down. Put that about right there. I need to measure it so I can make both sides the same. Both sides I think will go about 20. Something like that. I'll measure the back 20 and then I'll level it for the front. Y'all might see me slip and bust my butt here pretty soon. All right, I'm gonna go with a line there. Have that front sticking out some, just enough where we can trim it off after we get our boards up. We'll trim this back also. I'm gonna go about right there. Now instead of measuring the front, we'll just level it. That way this will be a little ledge if I want to sit something on it. A wrench or whatever that I'm using on the generator, it'll be level. All right. There we go. Very secure. All right. Got us some screws and some boards. I think on the first two, well, that one's super wide, but I think we're gonna put the fat bottom up. Hang over just a little bit. See if we can actually level it with this line here I made. Up front just a tad bit. There we go. Right this second, we're just putting screws right in the middle because we're going to come back. Once we get all the boards up, then we'll really figure out where we need all the screws. Because the other board is going to overlap this one. You'll see in a minute. I can't actually screw these 3 front ones because they're not going to be covered. So let's go ahead and do that. Very nice. It's going to be very solid. All right, now do the same thing on this side. We'll start on the sides first, and then we'll fill in the middle. Man, I think we might get away with 5. Yeah, I think that's I think we can cover them gaps for sure. Oh yeah, I think we got this for sure. I just need one more. Oh yeah, I think that's amazing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's perfect. That is perfect. Live edge siding. And I just wanted them up and down, that way I can easily cover the gaps. I could have did kind of like I did the cabin and overlap them, but I think this is perfect, just up and down. I think that looks pretty good to me. What do you think? I'm definitely gonna have to insulate the inside of this wall to stop the echo and the vibration. We got our pad on the bottom. I think the siding looks pretty good just up and down like this. I could dress up the bottom a little bit, maybe even dress up the top of the board, but I think that's gonna look pretty good. Now I gotta go mill a couple more boards. I know I'm gonna need 2 more boards for sure to do the other wall and to finish this one. So 2 more cuts. And we got our mat in here. I'm wondering if the jigsaw would actually cut this like the circular saw did. I would love to cut this out around these posts because it's kind of sticking up around the post. So I'd really like to trim those. So I don't know if I'm gonna have to use a razor or maybe the jigsaw will cut it. And that's what the inside's looking like. Not bad at all. I really like it. I'll trim the top. That way we have that open vent up top. So I'll actually trim those off there. So you'll just have that opening up there for exhaust and, you know, fumes to rise out of here. And we have the wood sticking out past the post here, all the way to past the front. That way when I do, if I do build some doors, a wall in the back with a vent and a door up front, the side walls will actually be covering the framing from the outside. And then we'll have the same type of boards on the front and the back, possibly a different design than this. They probably won't be live edge like that, but we're getting there. Oh yeah, got us some boarded. Mill 1 more, we should have our walls done. We can easily get 1 more out of this. And we don't even need the full board anyway. So, let's get it in. Well, I got the walls up. Sounds about the same noise level with the walls on. So I definitely need to insulate them. Guess we'll walk over to the cabin and see what it sounds like over there. It might actually be a little quieter. I think it might actually be a tad bit quieter. It looks great. I still got to trim the bottom and the top. Maybe dress it up. I think some doors would be really good. And some insulation. I definitely got to insulate inside the walls. I think that'll help tremendously. Maybe some of that rubber mat, the same type of mat, just a little thinner and lighter, so I can put it up on the walls, cut it to size and actually screw it to the inside of the walls. Maybe some kind of foam insulation for the roof would probably help a lot. And then I think if I put some doors and a wall in the back with a vent, I think it would be super quiet then. So it's definitely becoming a hush box. To the other side. I think that looks really good. I still got to trim that bottom too. We'll get there. We're gonna do more to it. We're gonna hush it up more and more. I think that's pretty much it for this video. Until next time. Today I'm gonna work on the truck. Change some brake pads and stuff. I don't know what kind of video that would be. Changing brake pads. I don't know, we'll see.